The Haunted Mansion in Disneyland is considered one of the greatest rides in the entire park, mainly because of its music, its story, and its mysteries. One of their mysteries being the Hatbox Ghost, an approximately 6-foot figure placed in the mansion in 1969, before it was later removed from the mansion for technical reasons. Many people even question the existence of the Hatbox Ghost. However, home footage from 1969 does prove that the Hatbox Ghost did live in the attic, but for only a matter of days. This is your one-stop drop to Halloween, and today we're going to be having a look at the ultimate Hatbox Ghost theory. So let's go straight to 1969. The ride is soon to open after 10 years construction, and of course every ride needs a test. Disney legend Tony Baxter says that they went around the ride for at least 2 hours, just checking different things, checking everything was in order. And this is what he had to say.
Victoria's Hatbox Ghost, and if you look at some of the publicity around that time, you'll see the great effects designer Yale Gracie posing with this ghost. And the way he stood was about like this, and he was kind of a mean guy. And his head disappeared and then appeared in a box that was for holding hats here. So this head came on and then this one went away. And evidently when they ran this at WDI or WED at the time, it worked great in a controlled room, but here inside of a ride where guests go by and see it from all different angles, evidently the illusion didn't meet expectations. Plus it was really kind of grisly. And so as a ride operator, I was given an opportunity to ride the ride about a week before opening. We were able to go around for 2 hours. And each time we'd get into the seance area, we'd yell across to other friends saying, "Did you see that? Next time look for this," and so forth. And I remember distinctly this is where it was. But before the ride opened, that figure was gone. And nobody knows the whereabouts, none of the molds exist, none of the characters exist. It completely vanished. So the whereabouts of the Hatbox Ghost is to this day a mystery, but I can attest to the fact that I saw it in this very spot originally.
So first of all, notice how he says the figure was removed before opening day. Now this helps me a lot in my theory, mainly because it means the Hatbox Ghost wasn't on the final ride. Before we go in more detail, I'd like to take it back a few years. Here's a documentary made on the Haunted Mansion in the late 80s to 90s.
Can put a thing over. There's not a one of us that would have a show worth watching if it had been done just by any one of us.
Did you see that? Let's look again.
That would have a show worth watching if it had been done just...
That figure in the middle does look very familiar. So I did some research into this video, but without a doubt you can see that these two figures are both identical. Think about this. There are 999 ghosts in the Haunted Mansion. Can you name all of them off the top of your head? Of course you can't. This is why the Haunted Mansion is so popular, because of its little details that bring guests back over and over again. So do I think that this is in the Haunted Mansion today? No. Well, yes and no. I believe that this here is the Hatbox Ghost, but I don't know if it's still in the mansion, and this is exactly why. So with this video we can take a closer look at the figure, and yeah, that is 100% the same face, the same hair as the Hatbox Ghost. Now this is why I don't think it's still in the mansion today. As you can see, it is only being used to hold paint. It doesn't move, it's very simple. However, it's still not to say that the Hatbox Ghost is still not in the mansion today. This is because of my theory. This is when things start to get good. We're going to forget all about the Hatbox Ghost now and think of another character massive in the mansion. The hitchhiking ghosts. However, these are not the original models. I was strolling through images for the Hatbox Ghost when I found a set of limited edition Haunted Mansion figures. They feature the Groundkeeper, the Hatbox Ghost, the Mummy, and the Hitchhiking Ghosts. Now, as you can tell, the middle ghost Ursa looks very different. He looks like a classic cartoon ghost, and not very scary at all. He was later changed when the ride opened. So here's the timeline of the Hitchhiking Ghosts. So we've got before opening day and today. And as you can see, before, on opening day, they changed. Now, let's add in the Hatbox Ghost timeline. Now looking at this timeline, you can see that the Hatbox changed before opening day. And so did Urza, the middle hitchhiking ghosts. Don't you find that funny? And yes, that is my theory. My theory is that the Hatbox Ghost is now Urza, the hitchhiking ghosts. Let's have a look at the resemblance. As you can see, the eyes on both, one is bigger than the other, and on both of them, the right eye is bigger. Let's have a look at the mouth and the nose. The nose is sort of that old skeleton nose with the wrinkles underneath it. And if you still look at the teeth, you can see that both of them still have a gap in the teeth. The only difference is the Hatbox Ghost has a gold tooth. Even though Disneyland memorabilia can support my theory, mainly because of the Hatbox Ghost in this badge in this picture is hitchhiking, which resembles a lot to the hitchhiking ghost. My theory is that the designer loved the Hatbox Ghost so much and was devastated when it couldn't be used in the mansion that he wanted to adapt the Hatbox Ghost into something cool. My also guess is that the middle ghost, the original one, wasn't scary enough and it wasn't too much detailed. Some of you still may say that this is wrong, as Tony Baxter said that the molds for the model were never found, which is true, they do not exist. But what molds do exist? The molds to the hitchhiking ghost. So this is my theory. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any, leave them in the comments. This is mine. I worked very hard. I really enjoyed researching it, and I believe myself that this could be true. So thanks again for watching. Make sure to drop a like and share to any haunted mansion sites, and perhaps other people also will back up my theory. If you want a part 2 where I can maybe go into more detail on the actual mansion, then please comment. So thanks for watching, and remember, this is your one-stop drop to Halloween, Grave Raver.
Start to sleep and hammer.